Hello, everyone. Great to see you today. I'm here today with Mike, and this is Mike Gilman, full time president of the company. So, we're going to make a little announcement here. I just spoiled the surprise. He's been president of the company for a little while, actually, but he's getting so busy just totally running the company and meeting with clients that there's several reasons that we're making a few improvements in our system as to how we work with our clients. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that. I'm also not, so he's running the company, so now I'm not spending as much time in that role, but I'm spending more time figuring out strategies for our company, working with the leadership team. I've got some coaches that I'm working with to make sure we continue to improve our business, and then I'm also traveling a little bit more, so I'm having a little fun too.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me do that, Mike. So the goal here is to make sure that none of these changes and the things that we're doing have a negative impact on your personal financial plan. And that's our number one goal, is to make sure that your finances and how we manage them is awesome. So I might let you kind of kick it off a little bit, Mike, about kind of what we're doing here.
Sure. Well, one of the things that we want to talk about today is our advisor team and some of the really good things, great things that we're doing there. We're actually going to split the advisor team into two teams. One we'll call the launch team internally, and one we'll call the primary advisor team.
So I'll speak. Okay, I'll go ahead here with. I'm going to
Please
talk
do.
about the
Yeah.
I want to talk about the launch side, the launch advisors. So, and then I'll let you chat a little bit about the primary advisors. But the launch advisors. So what I found when I first got into this industry was that every advisor had to go out and prospect and try to bring in new business. And when they came in, they had to try to
Right.
sell that
Yeah.
business. And as soon as they got someone sold, man, they got to be back out prospecting, selling. And so I didn't feel like they were doing a very good job planning, implementing, making sure that all the finances were well taken care of for their clients. So as the company began, we got rid of that prospecting role for our advisors, and now they didn't have to leave the office. They could just sit down with people, plan, and implement. Now, one of the things that has happened over time that I've found is that now our advisors are starting to get too busy with meeting with clients and meeting with new clients. So now that took some, and that was kind of a distraction away from the planning and the implementing for current clients. And we didn't really like what we were seeing there, because you're our number one goal. So what we did is we said, okay, then how do we take away not only the prospecting, but also the launching of a new client relationship, because that's totally different than just working with an
Right.
ongoing client. That's what we recognize. So what we did was we set up this launch advisor as now someone that can meet with that new prospective client and determine if it makes sense from our standpoint and from their standpoint to launch a relationship. And then if we do launch a relationship, how is that going to begin? And then there'll be a transition made over to the new person's primary advisor. So that's kind of how that structure evolved. And I think eventually you'll meet our launch advisor team lead, and we're hiring additional advisors to fill that launch advisor role. We're hiring more primary advisors because we're just growing. And we want to make sure all this is done extremely well for you, our client, because we have 5 guiding principles within our company. We have our values, and we have 5 guiding principles. And one of those guiding principles is that the client's goals come before the company goals. And that's what's always guiding us, and that's what's driven this decision. So that's a little bit about the launch advisors. Now I'll let you talk a little bit about the primary
Sure.
advisors.
So by investing in a distinct primary advisor team that's solely focused on our clients, it allows us to really accomplish the reason we're in business, and that's helping our clients live their best retirement. And so that team is focused on delivering valuable, effective strategies through all 5 I's to help you live that great retirement. And so we've really created that focused team there. And that's what their goal is going to be. They're not going to be distracted, like Carl said, by bringing in new business. As a matter of fact, we were sitting in a conference last week with other advisor offices, and that was part of their strategy, is to shift some of their clients to more junior, a certain number of their clients to more junior advisors each year.
And that's not what we want
That's
to do.
clearly not what we want to do. One of the things that we want to be able to do with our primary advisor team is be able to take advantage of the collective knowledge of the whole team. So I've got a background as a CPA. We've got different folks on the team that have done tax practice for a number of years, different folks that have deep expertise in insurance, folks that have a background as CFPs. And so we've got all of this depth of knowledge, wealth of experience across the primary advisor team. And we want to bring all of that to bear, right? All of that into play in order to take care of our clients. And so I am really excited about the change and think it is a big win
great.
for our clients.
And I'll give a little analogy here. So really the launch advisor is a little bit like if you have to go to the emergency room, you've got an emergency room doctor that's like, stat, we got to figure out what's going on, what are the problems, how do we fix them, and get this person stable. Well, that's kind of what our launch advisor is going to be doing with new folks that are coming in. How do we really launch this relationship and get the finances nice and stable and now growing? So that's the launch advisor. And then there's that transition even from the emergency room doctor then to back to your primary doctor that's going to take care of you day to day, month to month, year to year to make sure that you're healthy and getting healthier. So that is our primary advisor. So we're going to have that transition as well for new folks that are coming in. They're going to have that launch advisor, then they're going to transition to their primary advisor. So it looks a little bit like that system that a lot of us are used to with the emergency room doctor and then the primary doctor.
Yep. So we're really excited about the changes that we're making. One of the things that we use to guide all decisions are our values.
Yeah.
And so, of course, you would know that our values really go by EPIC, which stands for excellence. We want to make sure we're delivering the most excellent strategies, retirement plan for our clients. The P is passion, right? We're passionate about what we do day in, day out. Our advisors are passionate about what we do day in and day out. I is integrity. That is just a non-negotiable. And, part of our communication is just talking about what we're doing, where we're going as a company, what changes we're making, why we're making changes. And then the C is caring. I say all the time, having a great financial advisor through retirement is much more about a relationship than a transaction. And so caring is a big part of that. And so really excited about the change.
Because we care, Mike, is no one is vacating you as our clients. So and not everyone is going to transition to someone else, but for those that are transitioning, none of us are going to be gone.
Right.
So we're still here. So Scott, who's going to be the lead of the primary team, Scott Reinhardt, is the one you've been getting the videos from.
Many of you know him already.
Yep. So he's got some great background and wealth of knowledge, and so he's going to be leading the primary advisor team. So he'll have to transition some of his clients to a new advisor. And but again, none of us are leaving, so we plan to bring that support for any of you that are transitioning. We're going to make sure that is a wonderful process and that it's going to end up actually being better for you. So, like for instance, if you're trying to meet with me and Cheryl is trying to schedule you, oh, Carl's gone then. Oh, Carl's gone then. Cheryl, don't tell him I'm traveling. No. No. So we're up front. That's the integrity. I'm going to be doing a little more traveling, having a little more fun. And I just don't want to have that run into having the best experience for you. So all of this is being done for great reasons. We're going to structure this so it turns out to be awesome for you and awesome for us and our company and all of our team members here at Carlson Financial. And we are focused on you. So I'm going to have Scott talk just a little bit about his role in this process. And so go ahead and take it away, Scott.
All right, thank you, Carl. And let me just say how excited I am to have the opportunity to lead this team that's going to be 100% focused on continuously improving your retirement plans. And, we get to rest easy knowing that there's another team responsible for growing the business, and we can just be locked in 100% of the time when we're at work, growing your financial plans, growing your retirement plans, continuously improving those, keeping up with industry changes, and finding those best strategies. And lots changed since I joined Carlson Financial 5 years ago. When I joined, it was Carl as the advisor and, well, me joining to help him. And there was a lot of support people behind the scenes, client service specialists, client experience specialists, things like that. But now our advisor team has grown to over 10 advisors, and we're adding more all the time. And what that means for you is that instead of having the collective knowledge of one or two advisors, we're meeting every Monday to go over financial plans, going over more complex questions that might be coming up in the week or the week previous, and just sharing kind of our collective knowledge, because all of us have a little bit different experiences, a little bit different backgrounds, and have those areas of specialized expertise, and we really get to share those. So when you're meeting with one of us, you can rest assured that if that advisor isn't a specialist in that area, we'll have someone on our team that will be able to answer that question. So I'm really, really excited for what this is going to mean for you. And you might also notice that every quarter there's going to be a few days where we're not available for meetings. And that's because we're going to be getting together in person for training, for really focused, continuous learning, and just growing as advisors so that we can do a better and better job for you. And so I'm really excited for all these changes. And while there are some faces that are going to change, Carl is going to be stepping out of that advisor role and going into some new things. And there might be a couple of other advisors doing the same. Some faces aren't going to change. So in Virginia Beach, Lori Bogdan will continue to be your client service specialist. She will continue to handle all of those distribution requests, transfer requests, the paperwork if you have to open a new account or transfer an account. She'll help you with beneficiary changes, tax documents, annuity reallocations. Lori does a lot, and she will still be doing that for you in Virginia Beach. Liz will continue to be your main point of contact for scheduling meetings. She is going to run our client events and continue to be that welcoming face when you walk in the Virginia Beach office. And now I do want to introduce you to Matt if you haven't met him already. So Matt is our primary advisor in Virginia Beach. And at Carlson we have 4 values: excellence, passion, integrity, and caring. And Matt exudes these at a high level. And the one that I think will really shine through for you is passion. Matt's a lot like me. He came from an accounting background. He liked numbers. He got into accounting, but he quickly realized that he was missing being able to help people one-on-one. And so he went into a financial advising role at another company, and we stole him from them last year. And he's been a great addition to our team. And I think you're really going to see the passion that Matt has for helping you and helping just improve your retirement plans as we go through the years. So with that, Carl, I'm going to send it back to you and hope to talk to you all soon.
All right. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate that. And so now we're wrapping it up here. But what I wanted to do was take just a second, have Mike talk just a little bit about the process and as it begins to be implemented here just shortly. So we want to talk a little about that.
Absolutely. So one of the things that Scott and I are going to work very closely together is making sure that this transition to our new structure is done with excellence. And of course, our goal is for everything to happen perfectly. If feel free to reach out. We're in great communication all the time with our quarterly meetings and things like that. But please feel free to reach out to Scott, myself, if you have questions, concerns, thoughts. We are here. We're available.
Great. Okay, so I'm going to speak just a little bit about our Epic 5i process, just to sum it all up. That's going to continue for all of you, and that is really what we're at the stage with you all where we've already envisioned all those, the 5 I's. Those are the 5 key parts of all of your finances. That's income, investments, insurance, income taxes, and inheritance or estate planning. And we've already envisioned and planned those things, and now we're just trying to make them better. So we're at that point with you where the Epic is kind of standing for. Now it's evaluate it, make sure that those strategies are doing what they're supposed to do, and then replan it to make it even better, to improve it. That's the I, and the C, to do it continuously. So improve continuously. In the beginning, we tried to do that in big chunks, and now we're just trying to do it. Okay, let's make it better. Let's make it better. And that's the Epic 5i process. Most of you are at that stage already, where now what we're doing is evaluating, replanning, improving, continue on all 5 I's. So I think that's it for us today, Mike.
I think that's it.
All right, thanks for joining us, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon.